baby butter go crazy. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit. Country for life in this bitch. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up.
YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on 10 sneaky stars that your league mates don't know about. So listen, guys, I got 10 guys. These are not obvious starts. It may be to some of my consistent subscribers because I talk about these guys, but a lot of people have been asking me questions. So now I like to do videos around Friday and Saturday about guys that are iffy that you should be starting no matter what. They probably had a bad week a couple weeks ago or maybe even last week. You should trust them. You got to go down with the ship. Now, listen, you don't have to do what I say do, but I'm going to advise you. My professional take is going to be on the start, these guys. So with no further ado, guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. So let's go, guys. Listen, we in week 16 fantasy football. This is the time to go. So let's go, guys. So let's start. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna really talk about any news. I want to get started because I know we need these guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, guys. If you got any questions, make sure you put it in the comment section. Make sure you spam the comment section with the 100 symbol to let me know you here and you support the channel. So let's go. The first player, I won't say necessarily this is not a player. Actually, this is a DST. I've been on fire with the DSTs the last 2 or 3 weeks. I really haven't been on DSTs my first 2 years doing this, but now that I play in a couple of DST leagues, I understand why y'all play them. But I think you should get in the IDP league. That's why you need to sign up as a member, guys. All you gotta do is go to the description box or go to the comment section and sign up as a member. And that way you can get in some of my IDP leagues, and these leagues are phenomenal. I said what I said. These leagues are phenomenal. But my first DST that I want to talk about that you should be starting is the Bills DST versus the Chargers. And let me tell you why. The Chargers, they have packed their beds and they ready to go to Hawaii and they ready to go to Paris and they ready to take their wives and their girlfriends out and have a great time for about 2 to 3 weeks before they start training again. I said what I said. The Bills, the Chargers, they have quit. So the Bills is going to go and play out of their mind. Now, the Bills don't have a lot of great talent right now on that defensive line, but they got guys that can play. Greg Rousseau, I think that's how you say his name. He's good. They still got Von Miller coming off the edge. They got a couple young guys that can play. So they will be getting after Easton Sticks. I'm not playing Austin Eckler. There's only one guy that I'm willing to play, and I talk about him as a bonus guy. So make sure you watch the whole live. But there's only one guy that I'm willing to play on that team. So make sure you play the Bills DST. I think that's one of the best DSTs to play. They hot right now. They hot. They just had a big win last week, so I think they're going to shut down the Chargers. Let's move on to my number 2 player, and this is a running back. A lot of people are not trusting to play him. I'm playing him. Let me tell you. So when I start telling you why I'm going to play him, you're going to understand who this player is. They just fined him, the Arthur Smith, for I think it's like $40,000, $50,000. Also, they fined the Atlanta Falcons franchise because they faked the injury in week 7, which was this player. And it's Bijan Robinson. Guys, play Bijan Robinson. That only reason why Bijan Robinson is having bad games is because he's not getting the value. He is one of the best running backs in the league. But if you ain't Barry Sanders, what you gonna do with 7 carries? There's very few running backs in the history of the game you can give 7 carries to, and they're going to hit. You can't even give 7 carries to a young Derrick Henry. O.J. Simpson might be able to do something. Maybe Eric Dickerson. Maybe the best of the best of the best. So I believe he's going to get 20 touches. If they don't give him 20 touches, I'm telling you, I've been saying this, Arthur Smith is going to get fired. He might get fired anyway. He might make the playoffs and get fired. But if he don't get a ball to Bijan Robinson, if they don't get a ball to Bijan Robinson, they're going to fire this dude. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I don't give a damn how creative you doing with no Jonnu Smith and no Cordell Patterson. I don't give a damn about that. You got to get a ball to Bijan Robinson. We understand why you didn't give it to him early in the season. He's a rookie. We also like Tyler Algier, but it ain't no Tyler Algier time. That's why I'm telling y'all to kind of fade David Montgomery this week because it's a Jahmyr Gibbs time. It's time for the young players to play. All young rookies are balling out right now because it's their time. They are not rookies anymore. So I love Bijan Robinson. Make sure you start Bijan Robinson. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. Okay. So let's move on to my number 3 guy. My number 3 guy is Breach Hall. Yes, guys, Breach Hall, and he's going against the Commanders. So listen, I like Breach Hall, but he has been struggling because of this offense. Quarterback position is very, very volatile. I picked Zach Wilson last week to be one of my stars. I was totally wrong on it. I think Zach Wilson still can play, but the offensive line didn't give him a break. I mean, once he got that turnover, it was over. So anybody that plays Zach Wilson, I apologize. Hopefully, if you didn't play him, that's a good move. Like I said, you ain't got to listen to everything that I say, but I stand on everything what I say, and I'm gonna always stand on like my picks. So I'm not gonna get off of it just because it was wrong. I stand on that. Zach Wilson to me was a good play, but it didn't hit. So if you didn't listen, great job. Then you have to make those decisions sometimes for yourself. You got to go down with your own ship. But right now, Breach Hall is going against the Commanders, and the Commanders are an easy win. I mean, anybody that's playing against this defense, you automatically going to get 20 point, 30 point, 20 point, 30 point. The last 5 weeks, everybody been killing their defense. Everybody been killing that defense. Don't stream that defense. I don't care if they're going against a high school team. Don't stream that defense. I said what I said. Do not stream that defense. So, guys, I love Breach Hall. I think Breach Hall is going to be a top 12 running back against the Commanders. I said what I said. So, play Breach Hall. You can't get a better matchup than this week. So, you got to put Breach Hall in your lineup. Okay, so let's go on to my number 4 guy. My number 4 guy is Nick Mullins, the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Let me tell you why you should be playing Nick Mullins. Guys, he got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and T.J. Hockenson, and a Ty Chandler. Those guys are hot. They top 3 in weapons. And then listen, I say the Steelers got great weapons. I say Miami got great weapons. There's a couple other teams. I even say Atlanta got some great weapons. That Justin Jefferson, that's why I love Jordan Addison. If Justin Jefferson is healthy, that number 2 wide receiver going to eat. I'm telling you, he going to eat. So I love T.J. Hockenson. I love Ty Chandler. Now listen, Ty Chandler got to be careful with his rushing upside this week. Detroit is a top 5 run defense, but I love Ty Chandler getting out in open space. So they're going to try to get them linebackers that's not that good in coverage, and hopefully Ty Chandler can get open. That's why I'm willing to play Ty Chandler in certain instances. But I don't think he's going to have no 100 yards. I don't believe so. This is Detroit defense, run defense it is them. So Nick Mullins is to me is going to be pushing the ball downfield to Justin Jefferson, and also Jordan Addison is going to help open up a lot of things. So I'm willing to play Nick Mullins. I would have played Nick Mullins over Derek Carr. Even though Derek Carr hit, he had 2 garbage time touchdowns. That saved his week. But I would have played, and I'm playing Nick Mullins over Gardner Minshew. I'm not telling you have to do it, but that is what I'm doing. And the reason why, because Detroit secondary corners and safeties are not that good. Now, Gardner Johnson is coming back soon. When Gardner Johnson come back, they might be different. Gardner Johnson can play. I'm going to tell you that now. He can play. So I'm playing Nick Mullins. Let's move on to my number 5 guy, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. And let me see how many likes we got. Because about 2 days ago, I had 50 guys in here and I had 24 likes. And I'm not going to let that happen again. So I'm not going to go in here and giving y'all the gas and you're not hitting the like button. Let me see how many likes we got. We got 5 likes. We got 10 people in the chat right now. We got to get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, guys. Okay. I see you, Brian. So my number 5 guy is JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I said what I said, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And the reason why I love Jackson Smith and Jigba, guys, is because he is taking over as the number 1 slot wide receiver, which is going to get the targets. Like, he might lead this team in targets for the rest of this year. Is the reason why that's the weakness of the defense that they're going to be playing. They're going to try to take DK. They're not going to put no number 1. They're not going to put too much pressure on DK, because if you do that, they're not going to put one-on-one coverage with DK is what I'm saying, because he can beat you deep. So that's going to leave Jackson Smith and Jigba on a number 2 or number 3 corner, and they're going to let Tyler Lockett beat him. So I love Jackson Smith and Jigba because he's a rookie wide receiver who is a really great route runner, great tactician, and also has got great ball skills. He got the best ball skills. He's better than DK, and I think it's better than Tyler Lockett. And Tyler Lockett got great ball skills. So Jackson Smith and Jigba right now is the young stud on this team. I'm not saying he's better than DK or what DK does, because DK does certain things that makes him special, but not route running. That's Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I believe Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to lead this team in targets in the slot. You play him. I think he's a start. I think he I want to go to a top 24 wide receiver. I think he's a top 24 wide receiver. He's a high-end number 2 wide receiver. Yes, high-end, not low-end, high-end. And so if you got him as a flex, if you got Jackson Smith and Jigba as a flex, that's a killer move. I'm telling you that now. So I would love to have Jackson Smith and Jigba. All right, let's move on. The next DST I want to talk about. This is the DST. It's the Packers versus the Panthers. Guys, play the Packers. Quay Walker looks to be practicing. Rashad Gary, he got to step up soon. You ain't had a sack in 2 weeks. If you can't get to Bryce Young, I don't know what's going on. That just gave you a big deal. I think Jordy Alexander is healthy. I think Devondre Campbell is healthy. I think Savage is also healthy. So they got a lot of those guys healthy. They also got to fight for a playoff run. So I like the Packers against Carolina. Like I said earlier, no pun intended, against the Chargers and the Panthers are like, and I hate to say this, no pun intended, these are like the girls in school where they get around. And you know, if you date those girls, you know what it is. You're going to hit. So if you play the DST against these two teams, you're going to hit. Automatically, they're going to let you hit. So I'm chasing the Chargers. I'm chasing the Panthers for the rest of the fantasy football playoffs. So, yes, guys, play the Packers. Let's move on to number 7. My number 7 player that you should be starting, guys, is a running back, and it's Devon Achane. Now, this is what I've seen so far with Devon Achane. If he practices all week and he's healthy, if he got an injury like a toe or a finger, and I'm not trying to be funny, I really mean it. If you got a finger, toe, anything that's lagging, as a smaller dude, they don't want to run him into the ground. Also, maybe I don't think he can play through injuries, maybe, right? He's a smaller guy. That's kind of a little bit hard on him. Like Derrick Henry's 250 pounds, so he can just, he's just big, so he can make people miss by being big. If Devon Achane can't outrun you or juke you, that's hard on him. So I believe with Devon Achane being fully healthy, I believe that he's going to get used. And I'm not telling you to sit most of it, but I'm telling you, you can trust Devon Achane. So I think he's a high-end RB2. Shoot, I think he's a low-end RB1 to be honest. I'm going down with the ship, and no matter what happens, I'm okay with that. You got to play Devon Achane. If you can't play Devon Achane, then what you going to use him for? You're going to get beat with him on your bench? Get beat with him on your starting lineup. Because he won 2 or 3 games for you this season. So with him being fully healthy, going against the Cowboys with Tyreek Hill being a little bit nicked up, I'm willing to play Devon Achane. I said what I said. I see you, Stacy. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. We got 9 likes. Let's get the likes up. So let's move on to my number 8 player, and this is the tight end. And this tight end is Cole Kmet from the Chicago Bears, and they going against the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals been giving it up. Again, that's like a defense. It's like the girl in high school, and you date her. Everybody coming back to school talking, man, I did this and I did that. They giving it up. They giving it up. No pun intended, guys. No pun intended. I like Cole Kmet. I believe that this is a big game for Justin Fields. I believe if you got Justin Fields, I believe you got a league-winning type quarterback to go to the championship week. I said what I said. I believe you have a league-winning quarterback. So make sure that you play Cole Kmet and Justin Fields automatically with DJ Moore. And I like Darnell Mooney. He just a low-end flex play right now. Low-end flex play, you don't have to start him. I would like to stash him. I wouldn't want to get beat by him. Okay. So, guys, we got a couple more guys, 2 more. Then I got 2 bonus guys for you. So thank y'all for watching the whole video or the whole live. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I'm thinking I'm gonna be 70% on this list. I think I've been 60 to 70% on my starts of like sneaky starts since about 4 weeks ago. I hit on the Raiders. I hit with Jared Goff. I hit with Kyler Murray. I hit with a lot of sneaky starts for the last 3 to 4 weeks. All you gotta do is to go check out my catalog. I missed on Zach Wilson. I think that was one of the guys I missed on. So very few guys I've missed on. Isaiah Likely was another one. Okay. So let's go on to my number 9. This is a tight end. This is the number 1 wide receiver. I said what I said, wide receiver for the Patriots, and it's Hunter Henry. Guys, if he's healthy, you got to play Hunter Henry. He's out there eating. Bailey Zappi can get Hunter Henry the ball. That run game is opening up for Hunter Henry. So I'm playing Hunter Henry. He's actually a starting tight end. Guys, I missed him off waivers. I didn't have enough money. Somebody beat me in the bid, and I had to start Taysom Hill, and I'm already behind the 8 ball with Taysom Hill giving me what? Not even a point. Barely a point. I'm so mad. I'm sick on the stomach. I got to kill a team. Now I need Tyreek to make sure he playing and he boom. So again, I love Hunter Henry, guys. Play Hunter Henry. I think he's going to eat at least a floor of 10 points. All right. Last but not least, this is an upper echelon quarterback that some people could be worried because of the matchup. I think he's going to play his best. Maybe you say I'm biased. I'm willing to go down with that ship. I don't care. I don't believe I'm biased because I'm going to tell y'all to go down with your studs 9 times out of 10, unless, it's a stud that hasn't really been playing good or is a certain matchup that doesn't match his potential. And it's Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar Jackson. He's going against San Francisco 49ers, TD. I don't know about that, man. They're going to get behind. And I don't mean it, guys. That's just my content, so don't take it personal. If you don't believe in Lamar and you're worried about that, that's fine. I'm not. Listen, y'all guys, you can hit. But I know what I'm going down with that ship. And I'm not taking no victory laps on anybody because I love the subscribers. I love you guys. Y'all give me a lot of great insight. I'm not right about everything. Y'all hit on a lot of stuff. But Lamar Jackson, y'all think that boy going to lose? You think he going to listen? That boy going to run in the ground before he lose that game like that. He might throw some picks, but what you think he going to do? He think he just going to fall down? He ain't going to try to take off running? He might throw for 100 yards. He might say he might miss Odell Beckham and Zay. I don't care. That running ability, that boy's special. That boy ain't got no injury. That boy ain't got no COVID. I don't even want to say that word because they flag people when they say that word. But that boy's going to ball out. Now, San Francisco could still win this game, but I feel great with playing Lamar Jackson against this type of squad where this is when he got to go take off and do what he does. He can't say, oh, well, here you go, Gus Edwards. The late Keaton Mitchell, which he's out for the rest of the season. Here you go, and a touchdown for likely. I'm out the game. Come in, Tyler Huntley. This ain't that type of game. I see you, crazy eye Kendall. I see you, bro. So I'm playing Lamar Jackson. I'm going down with that ship. That's enough. That's what makes me special in what I do. I'm not saying I'm special, but I got a niche. If anybody can start a channel, you know what I'm saying? Start a channel and let me research. The number 1 running back is CMC, guys. The number 2 is Jahmyr Gibbs. Anybody can do that. That's why I took a risk with Daniel Jones. Guys, I don't got to say Daniel Jones. You know what I could have did? I could have said Lamar, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. Y'all have been, Petey, you hit. I can hit. I can be 90%. I promise you I can be 90% because I ain't going to take no risk. I keep it to myself, and I'll give you another separate video. Hey, guys, here's risky, guys. You can play. And I can separate that, and I can be 90%. But no, I tell y'all stuff to try to get ahead. Hopefully you know how to digest it and say, well, you know what? That ain't for me. Because I see a lot of you, I look at your teams when you get consultations. You don't have Lamar Jackson, and then you have really good teams, too. Sometimes you don't have Lamar Jackson. I understand. Or you don't have an Amon-Ra. Or you don't have a Daniel Jones that I was wrong on. So you take what I'm saying in context. But I love Lamar Jackson. He's going to ball out. Okay. I see you, Cyrus. Appreciate that, bruh. Cyrus says, full PPR, pick 3, Parker Washington, Kenneth Walker, Jerome Ford, Josh Jacobs, Nico, Odell Beckham, and Hunter Henry. You got to go with Kenneth Walker. Bruh. Now, Titans defense is not chopped liver, especially against the run. Jerome Ford, I think Houston defense is that they like that against the run too. Josh Jacobs coming off a knee injury. Nico still coming off an injury. No CJ Stroud. Odell Beckham was very volatile. I like him this week. But when Lamar got to go win the game, Odell probably going to hit, man. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you to play Odell over Kenneth Walker. That's too cutting edge. I believe he's going to hit because he got to. This is against the San Francisco 49ers. So this is why they got Odell Beckham. They didn't get him for easy teams to wear him out on an easy team. I like Hunter Henry, but I can't tell you to play. He's a tight end. I'm not going to tell you to play a tight end over a skilled position guy. Maybe Travis Kelce. But I'm not going to tell nobody else. Maybe even Trey McBride because he's like a number 1 wide receiver. Even though Hunter Henry is that, I'm not going to sit there and put him on that type of level. Not with the Patriots' low scoring offense. So I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker, bro, just because he's the starting running back, even though the matchup is not that great. So I would go with Kenneth Walker, and the next guy I probably would be Jerome Ford. The next guy would be Jerome Ford. He said, Crazy Eye on Instagram. He says, just watched your documentary and felt your pain. Glad you in a better spirits. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. That means a lot. And I know y'all seen some of my documentary. I don't know where to start. That's why I have an edge. And I'm like, not a bad edge, but I have an edge because, and you might say I got a victim mentality. Listen, if I had a victim mentality, I would have gave up in life. And I don't want to get too far into this, but I'm going to talk about this real quick because this is part of Fantasy Good Sports. This is what life is about. When somebody, now, was I hanging around in the right spot? No, I wasn't hanging around in the right spot. I was hanging around my cousins who they were just grinding. They not bad people. They not bad people. They were just doing what they needed to do. But they were my cousins. They were kind of close to my age, maybe like 7, 8 years to my age. And me hanging around there, I wasn't doing it. You know, it's like in school, you might be hanging around somebody who smokes cigarettes. They might not be like doing cocaine or shooting up heroin, right? They might just do the cigarettes. And next thing you know, you get ISS and you kind of miss a game because you hanging with people that are good people, but they just doing bad things at that time. So that was that point. But when the police sport is over, they ruined my football career, and all my friends, not all of them, but 95% of my friends turned against me and was glad and started clapping. He thought he was going to make it. Yeah, because I was very, and I've learned a lot. I'm humble myself. But back then, I was humble. But if you talk about me football, I tell you, I'd run your ass over. But anyway, guys, go check out the documentary. I got to do is type in The Little Boy That Could in my search bar, and you can find the documentary. It's really good. It shows you a lot about me, and I'm not finished with it. It's still a lot of most things that I need to do with that documentary. But anyway, let's get on to my two bonus guys. My next bonus guy is Isaiah Likely. I don't think Fred Warner won't none of that. I don't think Dre Greenlaw won't none of that. I think you have to guard a wide receiver. Isaiah Likely runs a 4.5. He's faster than Mark Andrews. He's not a better route runner than Mark Andrews, but he's faster than Mark Andrews. He's like a wide receiver. So he's going to be stretching the field. So I'm playing all Lamar weapons. I'm trying to get him in my lineup if I can. The Gus Edwards and Likely, I mean, not Likely, but Justice Hill and Gus Edwards, that's up to you. I think they can stop that run. I don't think they're going to be able to stop that pass. Not with Lamar. They can be trying to stop Lamar. So, let's see. Anytime, Cyrus. Anytime. And last but not least is Quentin Johnson. That's cutting edge right here. The only guy that I'm willing to play for the Chargers is Quentin Johnson because he's a rookie. The last couple of weeks, they're gonna tell Easton Stick to feed him. And you're gonna see Johnson have some big games. So listen, this is what I would tell you if you're in a dynasty league. Go buy low on Quentin Johnson right now. You can get him for a 3rd round pick, 2nd round pick. Some guys might just hold on to him and say, I can't give him up because I'll draft him in the 1st round. But go get Quentin Johnson. He might not never be like a big time guy, but he might be a solid guy who can get you 10 points. Maybe like a late developing Cortland Sutton or a poor man Cortland Sutton, right? He can end up being something like this. So I like Quentin Johnson. I won't be surprised if the next couple of weeks he get 18 to 24 targets. 18 to 24 targets through Easton Stick. Okay. So, guys, let me get to the comment section. Brian says, I got the Bills DST. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. And Brian says, looks like Pittman will be cleared to play. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't know that, bro. I've seen that they think he was going to be active. Wow. After they hit and they cleared him, that's like the first one I've seen. I've seen guys clear the concussion protocol in 1 week without missing a game, but not that type of hit. Usually they go off the hit and say, you look good. You might not have no headaches, but I'm not going to clear you to play. So that's awesome. So that guys, fire up Gardner Minshew. Because as long as he got Michael Pittman, they're going to be okay. He says, pick one, Noah Brown, Wicks, or Nico. if he's back. I'm gonna say Wicks if Jaden Reed misses. I've been saying that for the last 4 or 5 days. If Jaden Reed is out, you got to play Wicks. If Jaden Reed out, you got to play Wicks. That's what it's about. If Jaden Reed plays, then you would move on, and I would probably tell you to play maybe Noah Brown out of that. Noah Brown over Nico. If Nico there, you can play Nico. I think Noah Brown might eat. I'm not going to say have a big week, but I would rather play him than Nico. I don't like playing guys coming off an injury over calf injury and stuff. And then you go out with an injury and I lose my fantasy week on that. Now, if I play Noah Brown and he just couldn't get open, I'm okay with that. I can't play a guy and he end up getting hurt and I lose because of an injury where he already had an injury, right? I don't want to do that. All right, lads, let's look at these likes. Stacy, appreciate it. Appreciate you, girl. 16 likes. Let's get the likes up, guys. I see you, Jen. My sister-in-law on the live. I see you. Okay. Yes, sir. And I also, guys, I'm gonna start for the Facebook and Instagram people. I'm gonna read out their comments because they on a whole different platform. They might not get priority like the members, but they'll get a little bit more. I won't wait for so long because sometimes they posting early, but they just on a different platform. I see you, Brian. Appreciate you, bro. Guys, Brian was on last night. He is a champion of Fantasy Good Sports League 2. Me and him playing this week. Brian says, Lamar Jackson to the moon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dollar Bill, he says, bro, show some courtesy, Curtis. Show some courtesy, Curtis. Brian said, okay, we did that one already. Richard, he says, pick one, full PPR. Darren Waller, Parker Washington, Chase Brown. So this can't be a tight end spot. So I can't tell you to play Darren Waller because this is not a tight end spot. Man, I'm gonna say Chase Brown, but it's a tie between Parker Washington and Chase Brown. In full PPR, Parker Washington gonna get more targets, so that's the consensus play. That's not a bad play. Parker Washington probably gonna get 5 to 6 targets, like screen plays and a couple deep plays. Chase Brown got a chance to score a touchdown because he's a running back. Joe Mixon could be tired, and Chase Brown could bust one for 15, 20 yards. He also can catch a screen and take it to the crib. He got more upside with bigger plays. Parker Washington also got a little bit of upside too. So I think it's even with those guys. But I would say, just to narrow it down, Parker Washington in full PPR because he is the wide receiver with Christian Kirk being out. Samuel says, what up, bro? Full PPR, pick one quarterback, Kyler Murray or Mullins. I'm going with Kyler Murray. Woo. Kyler Murray is the safe one. That's why I went with him automatically. I think Mullins got more upside. But it's hard for me to go with a pocket passing quarterback over a rushing quarterback in the fantasy football playoffs. The reason why, you can shut down a pocket quarterback and he give you a straight up dub because he can't run the ball. So he ain't going to have nothing. With Kyler Murray, you can shut his passing down and he only throw for 180 and maybe a 2 picks, but then he can have a 70-yard rushing touchdown or a 40-yard rushing touchdown or 2 short yards rushing touchdown that'll save his week. Mullins is not going to run. So that's why I said Kyler. But I believe Mullins against the Detroit Lions with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawk with Ty Chellan getting out in the passing game, with Alexander Madison probably being out, Mullins is the best play, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm just nervous to tell you that. I don't want to tell you no bullshit in the playoffs. I don't think this is bullshit, but I'm nervous. I don't want to tell you anything wrong. I'm not scared, right? If you scared, go to church. If you scared, go to church. And this is the time I might go to church, bruh. I'm nervous. I think Mullins will outscore Kyler, but if it wasn't Kyler, if it was another pocket quarterback, maybe even Gardner Minshew with Michael Pittman, I might even tell you the Mullins. But I'm nervous when it comes. I love running quarterbacks. They got a safe floor, man. They don't know. Even Lamar, when he don't have a big game, he still give me like 16, 17, 18 points. Where another quarterback could give you, like Derek Carr might give you 5. Gardner Minshew might give you 8. So I'm gonna say, man, Mullins got the most upside, but Kyler is the safest. So you got the boom, and usually I would say Kyler's the boom, but Mullins is the boom. I think he could throw a couple touchdowns to Justin Jefferson or TJ Hawkinson. So I'm gonna say Mullins with the upside. Kyler Murray is the safest guy. Depends on what you need. If you got a great team, Kyler Murray is the safest. Let's get the likes up, fellas. Let's get the likes up. Chris says Mullins or Flacco. I'm going with Mullins over Flacco. I'm going with Mullins over Flacco. Samuel, this is 4 PPR. Pick one. Breach Hall, Josh Jacobs, Zeke Elliott, Ty Chandler. I'm going with Breach Hall. Slightly over Ty Chandler. Zeke Elliott is not bad himself, but the offense is just a low-scoring offense. They got Broncos' defense is okay. They're not great against the run, but they're a good defense. They can get to the quarterback. So I'm gonna go with Breach Hall with that great matchup against Washington Commanders. Every running back then had at least like 15 points on the last 6 or 7 games against them, maybe even more. So I'm gonna go with Breach Hall. A-Gang Grizzo, what's up, bruh? He says, we still liking Deontay over Nico this week and the Broncos over Bears. Yes, I like the Broncos over the Bears. I like the Broncos over the Bears. In full PPR, I will go with Deontay over Nico with no CJ Stroud playing. That's a good question. I'm not gonna say that's easy because that's not. Nico could go out there and get a 60-yard touchdown with that backup quarterback being out there. I can't think of his name right now. He used to be the Vikings quarterback. But Deontay, he can lead. He's been leading this team in targets for the last 3 to 4 weeks. 4 weeks out of 5 weeks, he's been leading this team in targets. So that in full PPR, I would like Deontay. In half-point PPR, maybe you could go with Nico, maybe more touchdown upside because of Mason Rudolph being the Steelers quarterback. I don't think Kenny Pickett gonna come back. They said he had a chance. I don't think he's coming back. So I do like the Broncos over the Bears, and I will go with Deontay. Dollar Bill says, show TD some courtesy with those likes. Yes, sir. Let's get the likes up, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen. CHBC, yes. Oh, you played Puka. I didn't think you was going to play Puka, bro. Okay. Yes, sir. I told you got listen. I know you was like, well, Puka didn't do good for me, brother. That has nothing to do with the next game. Look, Cooper Kupp didn't have a good game. I don't give a next game. I'm playing Cooper Kupp. You can't go off last games. Now, like even Calvin Ridley, if you got a good team, you got to play Calvin Ridley almost every damn week. You can't, and if he does you, he does you. You got to go because you're going to get a dud in your line. You're not going to have everybody go 30 points, 40 points. If you do that, you're going to break a record in your league, right? You hit the most points ever. So usually somebody going to give you a dud. So what's wrong with a number 1 wide receiver giving you a dud? Puka is like they got a 1A, 1B thing there. You got to go man. You got to play Puka every single week. That's why I don't draft a lot of top end guys and I trade guys. I'm not going to have a team because I hear the content creator say this. Oh, why you got that? Why you got 3 good tight ends on your team? Just because you picked them up, you did a good job. Okay. And when they sit around and get them bad comments of why they told them to play the wrong tight end, and this guy had Travis Kelce and TJ Hawkinson and Sam Laporta. And you got to tell them who to play out of those 3 guys. And you got to tell them, well, don't play Travis Kelce, play Sam Laporta. And Travis Kelce go out for 40 points. And Sam Laporta don't have a big game because they didn't need him. That's the type of shit I understand about fantasy football. So you got to play Puka every week, bro. Trim down that lineup, them bench players, and just play your studs and have maybe one guy on the bench that you can put in here and there. Great play. Great play. Yes, sir. A game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chris, what's up, bro? He says Packers or Colts against the Falcons. I'm going with the Packers. They playing. You got to play them, bro. They can hit. I see you, A. Lee Baba. Yes, sir, bro. Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Nathan says cutting edge content. Rich 3 running backs I should start in a standard league. So Breach Hall, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you Breach Hall. James Cook and Aaron Jones. Also, Waddle or Rice. I'm going with Waddle slightly over Rice for the upside. Either one of those guys are good plays. If you play Rice, I wouldn't say nothing. If you come back and say, ATD, I played Rice and he was better, I'd be like, yeah, man, that was, I didn't know who, both of these guys are really, really good. They both are stars. Guys, if you, and like in a rank, that's why I don't do rankings. Say I got guys ranked. Say I got the number 3 running back and the number 6 running back. It's really no difference between the number 3 running back and the number 6 running back. This is like the number 8 wide receiver and the number 9 wide receiver. There's no difference in these two guys as far as playing them before we get the results. So that's when you got to make fantasy decisions. So a lot of times it might be 5 players that are both plays. You got to get them all in your lineup. You got to get Rice and Water in your lineup. But if you can't do that, then in the standard league, I would go with Waddle because of the bigger boom, touchdown upside. Rice has touchdown upside, but you don't see him going for 70-yard touchdowns. I believe the 70-yard touchdown can help you in standard a little bit more than a bunch like 8 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. I believe 4 catches with a 70-yard touchdown would probably give you more points in standard. If it doesn't, then go with Rice. But yeah, I would go with Breach Hall, James Cook, and Aaron Jones. Brian says Puka is a stud. Always start the studs. Yeah, but sometimes people got a lot of good players, Brian, and Puka might have dud you for 2 weeks where he gave you like 8 points, 9 points. So you got a guy like a DK Metcalf on your bench or something like that, and you got to make that decision. That's why I don't have guys like that on my bench. I have probably the weakest bench in all my dynasty leagues because I trade those guys and get picks. I don't want to make no decision on who to play. I don't want to make a decision on who to play. Jalen Waddle or Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not gonna have those type of problems on my team because that's how you sitting there looking at your team like I don't know what to do. What? Dang. And then you play the guy. I should have played. And you know what? What irks my nerves. And I don't mean it in a bad way, guys. Sometimes y'all ask me this question. That's why I keep telling y'all when y'all ask me about should I play Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, I'd be like, man, come on, bro. Why you got 2 of those quarterbacks on your team? Go get you. Now, if you got like a Brock Purdy, I understand it. Brock Purdy was a guy that you got off waivers, and then you got to make that decision, or CJ Stroud. But if you draft 2 top of the end quarterbacks and you want to try to play matchups with that, I don't think you should do that because fantasy, some weeks Josh Allen gonna automatically be the number 1 quarterback with a tough matchup. Sometimes Lamar gonna be like this week, Lamar could be the number 1 quarterback. So you're gonna try to play a guy that got an easy matchup against like a Jordan Love, and you're gonna mess up. That's why I say cut down your bench spots to guys that are lesser tier where you're not going to start them unless something happened, a guy fall off and he just almost about to get benched or something. Or he didn't get you like 3 or 4 duds. Then you can move off and I can understand. Like Calvin Ridley, he's that type of guy. People ain't going to play him every week and I understand that. He didn't dud people out too many times this year. But until you do that, I'm going to start my guy. Nathan says Mayfield or Fields. I'm going with Fields. He's playing against Arizona. This is a great matchup. Richard says laugh out loud. Brother, let me know what you're laughing at, Richard. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, bro. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. This is cutting edge content. Raja, what's going on? He said Swift or Addison at the flex. I'm going with Addison in the flex over Swift. Now you can play Swift. Swift he's a top 24 running back right there at the edge of 24 running backs. It's just hard playing a running back with Jalen Hurts when he's getting the push tush or the tush push or whatever you want to call it. I like Addison. I love number 2. Have y'all noticed? I love upper echelon number 2 wide receivers on good offenses. Those are the guys that can win you leagues. The reason why they get in a weak corner and they ain't get no double coverage, but they would get double coverage if they was on different teams. So guys like Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, and Addison are elite guys to me. And I'm giving y'all cutting edge content. Those are the wide receivers that I'm going to draft probably number 2 on my team, like the second wide receiver. So you can do like a hero RB build where you get CMC, and then you turn around and then you get let me say who's a Waddle, and then you come around number 3 and get Addison, and then you get another maybe a quarterback right there like a Lamar Jackson or a Trevor Lawrence or something, or whoever's right there for a good quarterback. That's how I like drafting. I love number 2 good wide receivers because they end up be booming better than number 1 because everybody trying to take the number 1 wide receiver away, and the number 2 wide receiver is eating because he's part of the game plan with a weak corner. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Richard says pause. He laughing again. Appreciate you watching the content, bro. Come back again. Ali says pick one. PPR, Rasheed, Rice, Pittman, JT, or Connor. I'm going with Michael Pittman. All those guys are starts, but I'm going with Michael Pittman slightly over JT. And no reason why I would normally tell you to play JT, but I want to see JT off this injury. I don't know how many snaps he get. Maybe he get like 65, 70% of the snaps. I know Pittman, if he coming off this concussion protocol, he should be 100% ready to go. And he looks like a top 5 wide receiver in the league this year. I got to give the boy a lot of credit. I was off on him. I didn't think he sucked. I just didn't think he was this good. He's really good. Fletcher Cox, what's up, bro? He said, should I start McLaurin or Drake London? I know McLaurin has a tough matchup. Right, he does have a tough matchup. I'm going with Drake London this week with Taylor Heinicke. He can give it to a number 1 wide receiver. I'm going with Drake London. I'm playing Drake London and Kyle Pitts this week. Harambe, what's up, bro? He says, bro, Kamara killed me last night. Title chances. Bro, don't worry about that. See, this is enough. This is a teaching moment. Now, I'm mad about Taysom Hill because I know he's volatile. Like, if I'd have had Travis Kelce and he gave me 3 points, I wouldn't be worried about him. Like, that, it is what it is. I had Tyreek Hill, and I had Tyreek Hill get hurt in a league that I needed, in a game that I needed him to boom to go to the playoffs. I was like the number 5 seed, needed to win to be in. He got hurt. I lost. I'm not complaining. I'm not mad. Everybody played great for me. Tyreek did a great job. There's nothing I could do. You play Kamara. What you supposed to do? Sit him? You supposed to sit him? Bro, you gotta make yourself feel good. I know money's on the line. I'm not being disingenuous to you gotta win. But you won by starting Kamara. If you wouldn't have started him, yeah, that might have hit. Like it might have been worth it. But if you was that edgy, I would have gave you like, man, that's a great job. But you got to go down with Kamara. What if you didn't play him and he boom? That's when you should feel sick. I think you made a great play. I wouldn't worry about this. Somebody, if you got a good team, if you got Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got 40 points cover, and they're going to cover up for the Kamara. You made the right play, bro. You did a good job. Don't worry about that. Cyrus says, thanks, bro. Anytime, bro. Harami says, also needed to hear that life advice, man. Been going through it lately. A lot of the time I want to give up. I will check out the documentary. Thank you. Yes, check it out, bro. Check it out. I don't give up. I'm a monster. People say I live in the past, and I what I say is I check off my box list. If I tell you I'm gonna do something 25 years ago, I'm gonna do it. Now, if I have to adjust, or if I was wrong, I'm gonna come out and tell you I was wrong and I had to adjust, and you was right. I don't let nothing go. Everything. Listen, I made a list when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I wanted to play. I wanted to play varsity. I wanted to be a great football player, and actually I wanted to play corner, but I ended up playing running back. There's a couple things. I wanted to be wealthy. I wanted to start my own business, and those things are still on that damn itinerary. I ain't giving up. I'm gonna be 60 years old. I might still have $8 in my pocket, and I'm gonna still be grinding. I don't play no games. I'm real. I don't think I'm better than them. I'm very, very humble. That's why I'm the way I am. I know I'm a humble, great man with integrity. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I'm willing to tell you when I make my mistake, and I'm willing to move on. And I don't tolerate any disrespect because I'm a king. And I say I'm a king. We all are kings. We all can build our own domain according to the word of God. I see you, Trill. What's up, bro? Sport Dog says, TD, I don't know where to use Ty Chandler. I'm using James Cook and Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones got a great matchup. You got to play him. He actually a better start than Ty Chandler. He could have been on this list. I actually probably left him off this list, and I probably should have talked about him. But Aaron Jones is a start. So, bro, thank you for letting me know. Aaron Jones is a start. I don't think you might have to sit Ty Chandler. But where I don't like, man, is the Garrett Wilson. You said my runner and Garrett Wilson and Jaden Reed. You can't play Garrett. I wouldn't play Garrett Wilson. Not with Trevor Siemian being the quarterback. I would play Breach Hall. Garrett Wilson might go and have a good game, but you can't play that. That's just real edgy to try to reach for those points when you got other good wide receivers, most likely. So I would try to finesse around, and Ty Chandler is a better start to me than Garrett Wilson. So if I had to choose between Ty Chandler and Garrett Wilson in the flex, that's what I would do. I would play Ty Chandler. And then Jaden Reed makes me nervous. I don't know if he's going to be active, and he's not practicing. So I like Dontavius Wicks a little bit better. He says, because I have a 6-point PPR. Right. I see what you're saying. Even with 6-point PPR. So that's a wide receiver. You kind of need to play a wide receiver. I see what you're saying. That makes it closer. It makes it a little bit more tomato. And I understand why you would get Garrett Wilson in there with those targets. So I'm going to actually say that's closer. So you might have to keep Garrett Wilson in there. I will put wide receivers in my flex spot. Should I pull one for Ty? In my flex spot, should I put one for Ty? Let me see. Because I have a 6-point PPR, I put wide receivers in my flex spots. Should I put one in for TY? I would play Garrett Wilson because of that 6-point per target. Ty might only get like 3 or 4 catches. Garrett Wilson could get 7 catches. So I would play Garrett Wilson in that 6-point PPR. Jack, what's up, bro? He said CAH startable or no? Not this week. Not with Isaiah Pacheco playing. And then Pacheco is out. I would start CEH. He's a top 32 running back with Pacheco out. With Pacheco in, he's not startable. Jack says, would you start Algier over Hunt or Spears? No, I would start Hunt and Spears over Algier this week. Richard says Zay Jones is out also. Right. There's still Parker Washington still makes me nervous. I love Evan Ingram. I love Travis Etienne. I like those guys over since Zay Jones is out. And I also like Calvin Ridley. So I don't think Parker Washington is in a full PPR league or something. That's the only way I would play him. I say he get 5 targets, 6 targets. Jack says, and Chandler or A-Chain. I would go with A-Chain over Chandler. I would go with A-Chain over Chandler. A-Game says, we still liking Deontay. Okay, yeah, we did that one. Richard says, Chiefs or Broncos? I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. Appreciate you, bro. Jack, what's going on with you, Jack? Jack says, if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, I trust Baker Mayfield. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with trusting Baker Mayfield, but be ready for if he does you, he does you. Don't be upset with it. Like when I play a guy, I don't give a damn what happens. Guys, I don't care if I get a 0 score from every single player that I started. That was the best that I could do. And I don't care if I got a guy on the bench to go for 40 points. I didn't make no bad decisions. That's the way I am with life. I don't have no damn regrets. There's a few things that I would change in life that I do. It's a few things that I could change if I got hindsight, right? But as far as my stars and sits, I feel great about them. I don't even feel bad about talking about Daniel Jones winning the MVP. What I assess is what I assessed. I broke it down. My mind was complete. I'm not going off no damn what the results is. That's like almost like that's and I don't mean no disrespect to any females that's in the live, but that's what girlfriends and wives do, right? Babe, this and you as a man, you got to hold steady. If somebody break in, you got to be ready to die. You can, I should have done this, and you can't be should have done. You should, hey, I did what I did. I'm a man. I'm going down with my ship. I want guys to play you guys and go down with the ship. That's why I say that. So don't feel bad about if you want to go with Baker Mayfield, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't be upset if he does you. Patty says pick one PPR. Aaron Jones, Chuba Hubbard, Connor, or Zeke. I'm going with Aaron Jones slightly over Chuba Hubbard. I love James Conner, but he got a bit. The Bears defense is not bad. He's still gonna probably ball out. He's probably still gonna give you 15 points or so. James Conner like that. I think Aaron Jones got the sweetest matchup. He's playing against the Carolina defense, and they also got to back up because Jordan Love can spin it, so they're not gonna be able to run in the box and just stop Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones in full PPR is gonna catch 3 or 4 passes. He's still explosive as an older running back, and so he's gonna get a goal line opportunity too because AJ Dillon, man, he's just not explosive. He need to lose about 30 pounds. He need to get down to about 210. I think if AJ Dillon get to about 210, I think he could be a top 5 running back in the NFL. Right now, he's just lumbering around as a big dude. And the NFL game is too fast for big dudes unless you like you just extremely strong and you can beast through defensive linemen. He's not quite that guy. So I'm going with Aaron Jones slightly over. So I'm going to rank them for you because these are good running backs. I'm going to go with Aaron Jones, James Conner, Chuba Hubbard, Zeke. James Conner and Chuba Hubbard could be tomato, but I'm going down with James Conner, who has played against the San Francisco 49ers and ate them alive. Pause. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. What's up, Gabriel from Austria? Not Australia, bro. You from Austria. Hopefully I said that right because I think last time you said I forgot what it was. It was some word you said I said wrong. But I already know you from Austria, bro. Appreciate you. You've been supporting me for a long time here. Appreciate that. He said, hey, TD, what's good, my homie? Semifinals calling. Yes, sir. Would you start Montgomery or Connor? I'm going with Connor. I'm not playing Montgomery against that strong against Jahmyr Gibbs and that strong Vikings run defense. This is a Jahmyr Gibbs time. So that's the way I feel about it. He might get a fall-in touchdown. He could get a fall-in touchdown, no doubt about it. But as far as getting 15, 20 touches, and getting 110 yards or 90 yards with two TDs, I think that's all Jameer. I think when they get down there, they're giving it to Jameer because he can get in there quick. He can make it. He can get in there from 12 yards out without breaking a lot of tackles. And he can break tackles. He runs hard with a lean. Yep, anytime, bro. He says, thanks, man, for your advice all over the whole season. Thank you. Gable says, and in my other league, Monty or Aaron Jones. I'm going with Aaron Jones. Kamar disappointed me yesterday. I need upside. Right. I'm going with Aaron Jones over Monty. Yes, sir. Make sure you hit the like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. Sergio, what's up, bro? He said, what's up, bro? Do you really trust Hall? Face blue, wide eyes? Yes. Yes, I do. I trust Breach Hall against the Washington Commanders. I mean, if you can't, unless you got, if you got some studs like a Jahmyr Gibbs, no. But if you can't trust them against the Commanders, I don't know when you're gonna be able to trust them. I mean, you got any running back in the NFL. I don't care what team it is. They probably gonna at least have 15 points against the Commanders. Their defense they just young. They ready to go on their vacation too. Alibaba says, I'm in an 8-man league, so my roster is so stacked. I got you. Okay. That I bench Puka. Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said 8-man leagues are tough. In 8-man leagues, man, you might have to bench a Puka. I'm not gonna sit there and cap like that. Because you might, and you telling me right now, you got St. Brown, Rice, Pittman, Lamb, JT, Connor, Gibbs, Laporta, Hawkinson, Pollard, Chuba. I might not start him over. I will try to start him over Chuba, but I believe that's your whole team. I still don't believe you got any room. You can't start him over. I might would have started him. Let me see. I'm reaching, man. So this is probably disingenuous. I might would have started him over Rice, maybe, or Pittman. Maybe I don't know if Pittman coming back off the concussion. I might would have went there. I'm definitely not doing it for St. Brown, Lamb, JT, Connor, Gibbs, Laporta, maybe Pollard and Chuba, maybe. I get it. I'm not gonna say I ain't nothing for me to say that, bro. So that's you in an 18 league. Somebody gonna be a top 12 on your bench. You in an 18 league. That's why I hate 18 leagues. I hate 18 leagues. They tough. They harder than 12-team leagues. I said what I said. Harami says, you're a great dude, good. You make a difference out here, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hopefully, man, my content is good. That's the thing that I really try to do. I know that I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of other things like esoteric that I bring. But hopefully, I think I got really great content. And if I want it, and I don't want to be in a competition because all these guys, I respect other content creators. That's why I thought about at one point in time for coming for making content against other content creators, kind of like you see in other genres on YouTube where people do reaction videos and clown other content creators. I thought about doing that, but that's not me. I was gonna do it just to try to make have my own lane, but that's not me. I don't disrespect people, even if I disagree. Now, if you come for me, I'm still getting better with that. I don't got time to waste my energy in that anymore. That was a young me where I would try to come for you and we going back and forth. I'm trying to move on from that type of stuff. But hopefully, man, I think I'm a top 5 content creator out here. Now, I'm as far as in leads, because fantasy could go either way. But when it comes to me picking my players, I think I'm number 1 on Tyreek Hill and the whole industry. Nobody was on Tyreek Hill the way I was outside of his family. Amon-Ra St. Brown, it was other people out here on Amon-Ra. I would say I'm top 20 in that. Other people's on Lamar Jackson. Justin Fields last year, I was probably top 3 in that. There wasn't nobody on Justin Fields last year. Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions, I was on him. I was on the coaching staff for the Detroit Lions. A lot of things that I've been on, bro, that nobody else was on. So I try to be cutting edge. I think I have a niche. I think I'm top 5 content creator. Not like great videos because I got all the bells and whistles, but just me picking my players in the offseason and telling you that they're going to be top. Sports Dog said, TD, thanks. I wasn't sure on my 2 flex where is Jaden Reed should get a start, but he has a toe injury. He might get limited use. I agree. So if that happens, then I have Ty Chandler, Dalton Kincaid. What to do? I would go with Ty Chandler over Dalton Kincaid. I would play Ty Chandler over Jaden Reed if he's out. I wouldn't listen if he don't practice all week. I'm not playing on Jaden Reed, and I need at least something a little bit better than limited. I need something like he was out there and he was going through all the plays. If he ain't practiced today, I'm not playing him. I don't care what he do tomorrow. I'm not playing. He's not that type of player. He's good. Now, if he go out there and ball out, bro, I could be wrong. I haven't seen a rookie that missed all week in practice that was a 4th round pick and come out there and ball. And he's just now picking up, right? Especially when you got a guy like Dontavius Wicks. I would rather play Dontavius Wicks. So right now, what you got, I would play Ty Chandler if Jaden Reed don't practice today. Samuel says defense, Bills, Denver Bears. I'm going with the Bills. Yes, sir, the Bills. Chris says, you can do it, my bro. With that attitude, I have no doubt. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jake says, my opponent has Addison. Should I go Mullins or Baker? I'm going with Mullins over Baker. That Detroit secondary, Baker got a nice matchup too, man. He got a real nice matchup. He got a great running back. He got 2 good wide receivers. Baker got a better matchup, but I like Mullins with those weapons. And I think they're going to let him throw for touchdown. He got Justin Jefferson, so they trust him throwing it in the red zone because they know Justin Jefferson can get open with a double move in the red zone. I'm going to go with Mullins slightly, but it's close. If you want to go with Baker, I wouldn't. It's nothing for me to say to that. Tomato. I'm going to go with Mullins. That's just me because I like the weapons. And I like the Detroit secondary is not even good as the Jaguars. The Detroit secondary is top liver. He says, thanks. We think alike. 100. Thank you, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, he says, my opponent has Addison. Should I go Mullins or Baker? Yeah, I still would go with Mullins. I just seen that part. Caleb, what's going on with you, bro? Glad to see you. He says, full PPR. He says, 1 flex, Golf, Russ, Kyron. Okay, 1 flex. So I'm going to tell you to go with, I would go with Golf over Russ. And between Kyron already played. So I know you started Kyron. I'm going to say A-Chain over Mixon. So out of all those guys, man, I'm gonna tell you Golf, and I'm gonna just give you one because you said 4 PPR, 1 flex. That's easy. That's Tyreek Hill. If you don't want to go with Tyreek because of the injury, I'll just give you one more other guy. I would go with A-Chain. Who we start at quarterback and tight end. And at tight end, I'm going with Goddard and Goff. So Goddard and Goff and Tyreek Hill. Yes, sir, bro. Anytime. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit the like button. Let's see how many likes we got. I gotta watch y'all. We got 20. Come on, guys. We gotta get the likes. So we got 26 people in the building. Let's hit the like button. I'm gonna start slowing down a little bit. We gotta get the likes up. I told you I had 50 people in here last time. Some of them probably the most I had all year, and I ended up with 20 some likes. And I know I hit every question. Just about 3 or 4 nights ago. Joe Castles, appreciate you, bro. He says, do you like any Giants wide receivers this week playing the Eagles? No, man. The only one that I'm willing to play it would be Jalen Hyatt, and that's just for the boom. But he didn't dud it out like last 2 weeks, so you can't trust that. Maybe Isaiah Hodgins. I'm not trusting nobody on that team except for Saquon Barkley and Darren Waller at the tight end spot. That's the only two guys that I'm willing to play. I don't. Tommy DeVito, nope, not against the Eagles. The Eagles secondary can be had, but they playing the Giants. I mean, that ain't too much they need to worry about. So I would go with Jalen Hyatt only for a boom, low end flex play, and Saquon and Darren Waller at their positions. I'm playing Saquon as a high end RB1 because that's what he is. I don't care what his output was last week. Yep. Appreciate you, bro. Glad to see you here. Gabriel says, last advice needed. You good, bro? KC defense or the Packers? I'm going with the Packers. They playing against the Carolina Panthers. Mr. G says, or Higgins or Breach for the flex. I'm going with Breach. I'm worried about Higgins as the number one wide receiver against Joey Porter Jr. I think he matches up good against T. Higgins. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not saying he's a sit, but I'm worried about T. Higgins. He makes me nervous, as I say. Sergio says Breach, Pacheco, or DK in the flex. You got to go with DK. You got to play DK. You can't worry about what his output is. You just got to play DK to get that boom. He could win you this week. He could go for 30, 40 points, 25 points. So I'm going with DK over Pacheco and Breach. I love Breach. I think you need to get Breach in there, but I'm not playing him over DK. You know, unless it was, I might play Breach in a standard league, maybe in a standard league. Pacheco might be okay too, but I think the Raiders defense is sneaky good. The Raiders this is gonna be a close game. The Raiders defense is like that. With Max Crosby out there balling out of his mind. Zach said if Jaden Reed and Odell Beckham don't play, would Tucker Kraft be a good flex? Nah, you got to do something better than that tight end. Listen, tight ends can ball out for you sometimes when you need them, but I would try to find somebody else, like a Dontavius Wicks. If you can't find nobody else, then you got to do Tucker Kraft is okay. He will get targets. He will get 5 to 6 targets. But I would rather go to a wide receiver or a running back before I go to a tight end. That's just the way I play fantasy. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Harambe. He says, I subscribe to channels that have hundreds of thousands of followers, and your content is the best. Good. Keep going, bro. It's only a matter of time till the subscribers go way up. Thank you, bro. That means a lot to me. And I don't need nobody to blow smoke, and I know you're not blowing smoke, and I don't need nobody to say, hey, TD, you can do it. But I do want y'all to let me know that my content is good, right? Because I believe it. But I do this for y'all. So I watch a lot of guys too that got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They may have a great editor, better they can edit videos better than me. They got better thumbnails, they got better whatever. But far as when it comes to me picking cutting edge players, I think I'm second to none. And I just don't say that and miss on a lot of the big guys. The big guys are easy. I tell y'all to start your studs, but my sleepers, like look at the Raiders. How many people told y'all to play the Raiders? I had that in my start, my number one player. I took number one DST of the week. I said the Raiders. That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That wasn't when it wasn't like soon as Justin Herbert went out. I said this when Justin Herbert was healthy. I said Tyreek Hill, I was going to draft him, and I think he had more points than CMC for a while until he got hurt this last couple of weeks. He was beating CMC in points. He was also beating all quarterbacks. I said that Tyreek Hill was the number one player. So that's things that I say, man. So thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Zach says, or start Nico Collins. I would start Nico over Tucker Kraft if he's healthy, if he plays. Gil says, Jonathan Taylor must start. I'm starting him. Thoughts? Yes. depending on what you got. Don't sit on Jahmyr Gibbs or nobody like that. But if James Conner, if you wanted to sit James Conner for Jonathan Taylor, I can understand it. I wouldn't, but it's only a few running backs. I think Jonathan Taylor's the top 12 running back for me this week. But so it's like 8 through 12 guys that you could maybe sit. But I wouldn't start him over a top 5 guy, right? I would start him over Tony Pollard. I'm gonna just go through a couple names. I would start him over Jerome Ford. I wouldn't start him over James Cook. I wouldn't start him over Jahmyr Gibbs. I would start him over Ty Chandler. I wouldn't start him over Travis Etienne. Him and Travis Etienne is close this week, especially the Buccaneers' run defense. They decent against the run. And I would start him over James Conner slightly. Gabriel, he says, and would you start Goddard or Tucker Kraft if Reed is out? I would start Tucker Kraft, especially with Jaden Reed being out and Christian Watson being out. This offense is built with tight ends. I like tight ends in this offense. Mr. Sleeper says, what's up, bruh? I should start Roschon Johnson or Montgomery. I'm going with Montgomery, man. I can't trust no Bears running back. They don't use their running backs to score points in fantasy. They actually use Roschon just to keep the defense honest, and he's a great blocking. They use him to help protect Justin Fields back there so he could throw that ball downfield to DJ Moore and Cole Kmet and hit Darnell Mooney every now and then. I'm not playing. That's the only reason why I'm saying Montgomery. Montgomery got a tough matchup this week. The Minnesota defense is like that. That's one of my favorite defenses in the league this week year. But I got to go with Montgomery when it comes to Roschon Johnson. Any Bears running back. That's just my 2 cents. P. Reezy, what's up, bro? He says cutting edge content for sure. You are a star, bro. Green Bay Packers or Denver defense? I'm going with Green Bay Packers over the Denver defense. That defense is like that. They playing against the Carolina Panthers. That's an easy hit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's an easy hit. I feel great about the Green Bay Packers playing against the Carolina Panthers. You want Bryce Young gonna have to go out and ball out, and he ain't did it not one time this year. He had like maybe one game with 2 touchdowns, maybe one. I don't even know if he has. Let's see here. Zach, what's going on with you, bro? Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Let me see how many likes we got. 27. I like that. There we go. Zach says, hey, bro, I need help. Full PPR, pick 3. B. John, Monty, Zeke, Addison, T. Higgins. I'm going with B. John over Addison and T. Higgins. No Monty and Zeke. Zeke ain't bad. Monty, I can't play him this week. Addison is a good play. But I'm gonna go with B. John. I think B. John is the top 12 running back this week. Let me see who was telling me about JT. I probably would pay B. John over Jonathan Taylor. I'm just letting you know how I feel about B. John this week against the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm going with B. John slightly over Addison. The 2 guys that I really like on that list is B. John and Addison. I think you need to try to get both of these guys in your lineup if you can, Zach. Appreciate you being here, bro. Zach says, in my other league, I got Amon-Ra, Amari Cooper, Travis Kelce, and McBride starting. JSN on my bench. Would you start JSN over any of them or keep him in my lineup how it is? I'm not going to touch Travis Etienne and McBride and Amari Cooper. No, I'm not touching that. It's close. I was trying to get him in there. Listen, usually I would tell you, listen, man, you can't start 2 tight ends, but this is the only time. You know your stuff, Zach. When you got Travis Kelce, he's a wide receiver. You got the only 2 tight ends in the league that I'm willing to put in the flex, and that's McBride and Travis Etienne because they lead their teams in targets every single week. Even I won't do it with Mark Andrews, even though he might lead them in targets sometimes. I'm not doing that with him, even though he's a good player when he's healthy. McBride and Travis Kelce, I'm willing to do that. So, you got to keep JSN on your bench. Amari Cooper got too much boom. He got too much boom for me to try to tell you to sit him for JSN. Anytime, P. Weezy. Anytime. Gil says, I already have a big league against the best team in the league playing Puka and Kyron last night. Hopefully making championship game. Gave you a like, by the way. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, Gil. Yes, sir. Puka and Kyron, that. Hopefully that was easy plays for you, man. Depending on how good your team is. But yeah, great job, bro. Kyron gonna be a league. He's a league winner. Probably the biggest league winner at running back this year. D Tate, what's up, bro? He says Tua Love or Flacco. I'm going with Love. I know he don't got that many weapons, but I still think he can beat that Carolina defense. I think Aaron Jones is going to help him out. I think Dontavius Wicks is going to help him out, and Tucker Kraft, and maybe even Heath. I want to say Tua, but I want to respect the Cowboys. I think they're going to try to beat the Cowboys with Mostert and A-Chain. And maybe one touchdown between Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle for one big play that Tua going to throw for. So Tua and Love is kind of close. They're not that far apart, but I'm going to go with Love slightly over the matchup. What worries me a little bit with Love upside that I believe that he could give, it could be an Aaron Jones game, is because he don't have Jaden Reed. So that might lower his touchdown total. But he has the best matchup. If you're willing to go down with the ship with Tua, I wouldn't say anything. I think Tua is still a decent play. He got the best weapons than anybody in the NFL. 2 wide receivers that's elite. But I'm going to say Love over Carolina. Opinionated. He says, I have Puka and Olave. Basically the best team in the league as well. Good luck to you. Yes, sir. So you had Puka and you had Olave. Yeah. I'm not big on Olave. And the way he looked he's not a number 1 wide receiver. They got to get an alpha there. They got to get an alpha. Bentley, what's up, bro? He says, do I start Cole Kmet or Jake Ferguson? I'm going with Cole Kmet. Opinionated says, so Jerome Ford or James Conner this week? I'm going with James Conner over Jerome Ford. Bentley says, do I start Cole Kmet or Jake Ferguson? Yes, I'm going with Cole Kmet. Cooper or Addison? I'm going with Cooper slightly over Addison. With that boom. He got big time boom. And D Tate says, thanks, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all have a great week. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be doing a birthday live, just to chop it up with everybody, and go through some things to make sure everybody's sharp for this week. So, guys, I appreciate you. Opinionated says, thanks, bro. I've already been subbed to your channel. Okay, appreciate the acknowledgement and response. Yes, bro. And listen, I appreciate you being patient. Some guys get mad because I don't go down to the end and go to their comment. You first come, first serve. I'm not just going to now. If you super chat or you a member, you get to come up. You get to get talked about quick. But other than that, I gotta go from least for first come first serve. So appreciate you, Opinionated. Yep, thank you, Opinionated. Appreciate it, bro. Yes, sir. Tomorrow is my birthday. Yes, sir. I am a Capricorn. Go read into what the stars say about that. You will see a lot about me. All right, guys, y'all be safe. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Peace.
up. Now they say they want that country shit, okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, yeah. I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the sky. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind.